What is up, guys? We are back with another episode of Johnny on the Track. And I apologize, I actually haven't been able to get around to do these intros that I do. So I'm glad that I get the chance to, do an intro, and we'll move forward with intros. Don't have to worry about that. So let's first just get into what we witnessed. If you watched, which I hope you all did. Um, Last Monday, which was Bristol Dirt. So the first thing I want to bring up is just, I saw a lot of people, I wouldn't say a lot of people, but there were critics of what NASCAR did by going on dirt. And first of all, for me, it was an amazing race. It was everything I hoped it would be and more. Good racing throughout the whole race, all three stages. Obviously, we saw Joey Logano win, and it was a close race. We had an overtime to finish the first Bristol Dirt, so that was awesome. And as we saw, Joey Logano edged out Denny Hamlin, as Denny just decided to go high, and he decided to go high. He could have went right into the back bumper of Joey and tried to bump and run or try to take him out. As many thought that's what, if Joey Logano was in that position, he probably would have done that similar thing. But Denny said, no, I'm going to try to race him clean. I'm going to go high. And that line just didn't work all race. And so he wasn't able to get any speed and dropped back. And then Stenhouse obviously finished second. But put that aside, what NASCAR did to, bring innovation to the sport is something that I think we need. And for all the critics out there saying that wasn't a real dirt race, you don't know dirt if you're watching this, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. We don't need people like that watching this sport. We don't, because these are the same people that complain each week, that the sport isn't getting enough popularity. Well, people, if you want the sport to get popularity, you need innovation. And what NASCAR did on Monday, obviously scheduled for Sunday, but the rain pushed it to Monday, pushed the truck race as well to Monday. Look, I mean, come on. This is the things we need to bring more people into the sport. And I appreciate the dirt people that maybe don't always watch NASCAR that tuned in and did enjoy. That's good. That's what we need. And I've heard, it's been rumored that NASCAR is thinking of doing, and it will be in the iRacing series that NASCAR does. It's been rumored that they're going to possibly take to the streets of Chicago and do a race downtown through the streets. Which again, I mean, innovation brings more people. It brings different communities. It brings people that don't, think about the sport on a daily, weekly basis. It brings them in and it captures their attention. And if they like it, they'll continue to watch. And that's why, I totally think that Bristol Dirt was a great idea. And it was, obviously the rain, which I'm going to get into in a minute, obviously screwed with a little bit. But in the end, I think it was a great race. I think it was a great show. And NASCAR should be applauded for doing, going in a different direction and bringing in something that hasn't been done in over 50 years in the sport. So yeah. And then the second thing I want to get into before we talk about the guest, and we'll fast forward to the interview, is the TV ratings. So I was on the very first episode we did on Johnny on the Track was with NASCAR opinion William Richard, and we talked about, if marketed correctly, we think this race could hit 5 million. We think the TV ratings could get 5 million, and it didn't. It reached and this is by Adam Stern. He's a NASCAR reporter and journalist. Fox TV earned a 1.8 rating, which is about 3.1 million viewers from the rescheduled race. And again, this is the first Cup Series event since 1970. And about 45,000 people streamed it on Fox digital service. So, first, the digital service thing is good. It makes sense because this race was at 4 p.m. Eastern time on a Monday. So that's 1 p.m. Pacific time, which is a large audience of, people watching. That's Central time and Mountain time. You've got 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. So these people are still at work on a Monday. So, I think that may have played into the 3 million viewers, right? These people, if you're working at 1 p.m., you probably won't get home till 5:36. So, if you're hard at work, you might not be able to stream and watch. But maybe those people did. They did get to stream it in where maybe in the office they had it on. I don't know. Maybe people listened on the radio or whatnot, but I think the rain was tough, so that was definitely a con. I will say though, a pro would be that they didn't have to compete with March Madness. So March Madness ran on the Sunday, and they were scheduled to kind of overlap with March Madness and people watching that. So, you take that as a pro. But again, the rain, I think people were ready for Sunday. I really think they were. And I wish we could have seen the numbers for the Sunday because I don't want to make a guess, but I feel like it could have been at least 3.5 to 3.75 because again, people are working. They, even Eastern time, 4 o'clock, you can't start watching if you're at work till 6, 5:30, maybe 6:30 if you have a long commute home. And then you move to different, and that's just the north. That's Eastern time, which obviously is a big market. But talk about Central time, which is a huge market for people, the Midwest and all that. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I again, we had it planned. We were ready for Sunday, and then the rain comes, which has screwed now the two biggest events of the season in Bristol Dirt and the Daytona 500. So that has hurt Fox big time. But that's part of racing. That's part of sports. That's part of outdoor events. And so, what are you going to do? But again, I'll wrap it up with this. It was great innovation for the sport. I'm glad we got to watch it. It was a great race, and I'm happy they already announced that they're going to do it next year. And we'll see, what else they bring, maybe in a dirt environment, a dirt atmosphere to NASCAR. So now we'll take you to the interview. This week's interview is with Justin Champagne. He's built a nice brand for himself on Twitter. He's a huge NASCAR fan, and I can't wait to chat with him. I can't wait to talk to him on how he built this personal brand for himself, and where his love for the sport comes from, and get into the season and what he thought of Bristol Dirt. So now I'll fast forward to that interview for you guys. So here we go. All right, and we are ready to welcome our next guest to Johnny on the Track, and we are excited to have him. He's built this brand on Twitter that I admire. We were talking before the show, and I've been following him for a while. I've been wanting to get him on the show for a while, so we're happy we made this work. His name is Justin Champagne. He's from Connecticut. He goes by @Champagne Racing on Twitter, where he has over 5,800 followers. And Justin, thank you for coming on, my man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I can't wait. So let's get right into it. So I know growing up, I've heard that you're a Dale Jr. fan. I want to know how you fell in love with racing, what sparked your interest, and then how that translated into you being able to build, this brand, this loyal following that you have on Twitter and social media.
In the beginning stage, I watched racing my whole life basically, but from what I remember, I remember like getting full time into racing in 2008. Any year after before that, I don't remember any of the races. But 2008, it just stuck with me. Like that was the year I started watching every race. And I remember my dad, he was a Earnhardt fan,
Yep.
and then Earnhardt unfortunately passed away in the 500. So his fandom was Dale Jr. now. So I was like inspired by my dad, and he liked Dale Jr. So I was like, hell, I like Dale Jr. too. So I just like Dale Jr. I was a diehard fan of Dale Jr. I still hope he comes. I still hope he comes back at least one race or something. But
Yeah.
I cried when he retired. You know, that was my childhood hero. So, um, but in terms of my branding of NASCAR,
Yeah.
like I remember growing up, the only people that I knew who liked NASCAR was my family, and I live in a black home, and they look at you like you're crazy because you like NASCAR, not every other sport that they like. I used to get made fun of, in school, and I used to think to myself, like, should I stop watching NASCAR because of these people? Then I was like, hell no. I love this sport. I remember I tried not to watch it for like a week or two. I can't even go a week without watching it. The the off season is hell for me. I'm like, damn, like I need my NASCAR back. But um because I wasn't really popular and nobody really watched NASCAR, I was thinking to myself, it was 2019, I think. It was when Jimmy announced his retirement, and I made a tweet on my normal Twitter page,
Hmm.
and that tweet kind of it popped off, it blew up, and I was like, oh shoot! I was like, wow, a lot of people like NASCAR. So I was contemplating for about 2 3 days. I was like, damn, should I capitalize on this tweet? So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I made Champagne Racing, and then ever since then, I don't know how, but I just skyrocketed with fans on that page.
That's amazing. That's a crazy
Yeah,
story. And I don't know if you talk about that much, but that's, I mean, that's crazy.
yeah, man. I don't know
Wow.
how it happened, but I'm thankful for it.
Yeah, absolutely. You should be. You should be. I mean, like I said, you have a loyal following. You have a
I,
big following,
I
and
do. I don't know why, but
yeah,
hell, I do.
it's good. It's good. I love that, and I love what you put out. And so I'll piggyback on what you said um, a little earlier. With I think it's a Northeast thing, man. I think it's like
Yeah,
people from the Northeast don't really get that what it really is, because I always say to people like you might not like or if you're trying to get into it, what's a good way to start, right?
yeah,
And I was talking to a guy the other night, a kid who goes to my school, and he's like, I want to get into NASCAR. Like, should I just go, to New Hampshire? I said, no, no, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. You should go to a small local track where it's short, it's fast, it's sweet, and the fan base is as rowdy as you'd get at Daytona.
yeah,
And then you'll appreciate one, the fan base and what they actually bring to a race,
yeah,
and two, just the grassroots side of it, of like, this is old fashioned. And if you enjoy this, I guarantee you'll start to enjoy the stigma of, oh, it's just cars going left turns. No, it's not. It's a lot more than that. And that's what I tried to, I don't know, just to get the point across to people. But I do think it's a Northeast thing, because I've said that on this show of I had a similar experience growing up, man.
yeah. It's terrible. But yeah, like you said, local short tracks, that's the way, man.
Yep.
I went to Stafford last year. That was the first time I went to a local short track, and
Really?
it was just crazy. And that was during like the pandemic, and
Hmm.
like there was a lot of people there, but it was still you could feel that energy. So, yeah, you got to go to a local short track if you've never been.
Yeah. If we
Hmm.
both second that.
Yeah, man.
All right, so I
Yeah,
want to get into a little deeper question, and I know we touched on this before we went live, but so the stigma around this sport has been, it's the white man sport, which it shouldn't be. I think NASCAR is doing a much better job now, obviously eliminating the Confederate flag, bringing in 2311. You get the sweatshirt on there, Trackhouse Racing to bring in new audiences. Yes, sir, rep it. But I want to ask you, when you are, obviously you told me the story of how you started, you put the tweet out and it got a lot of following, but when you're trying to build your brand, did you face any backlash? Maybe people not welcoming you to the community the way you should have been welcomed. Did that happen at all, or was it smooth sailing?
Um, Fortunately, it was smooth sailing. I got accepted really, really fast, and when I got into the community, I didn't expect it to be as diverse as it is.
And
You
it
know,
is. It
you got
is, which it kind
young
of shocks me
fans.
too, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing because you have young fans, you have black, white, Mexican, Asian, every race, every age. I'm like, damn, like, you know, you just watch NASCAR, you go to the events, you didn't know it was like this, but I guess Twitter really changed my mind on the whole NASCAR perspective.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I started this podcast a couple months ago now, and I'm loving doing this and meeting people like you, meeting people in the industry, outside the industry, and yeah, man, I've noticed the same thing, which is awesome. It's awesome. This sport needs to continue to grow and to see so many different communities come together for a sport that has that stigma and still does, but it shouldn't, and that's why I think like people like you and I talking about it and teaming up and educating people on our sport, I think it's important.
It's definitely nowadays is way better than it used to be in terms of diversity. Yeah, when we banned the Confederate flag, that was a huge step. So it's a more
Yeah,
welcoming sport now.
I agree. I agree. And there's more to come. Sorry, my bad, man. You're the audio is like cutting in and out a little for you. It could be I don't know if it's the AirPods. I'm not sure, but it could be that.
I would take the AirPods out
Yeah,
actually.
take your time. We're good.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, that's much better.
All right, cool. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good. That's fine. So, I want to ask you. So you were at Dale Jr.'s 2014 500 win.
Yes, sir. I was.
Describe that day. I've heard it before, but I wanna
I,
get my
I
fans to know.
love talking about it. I could talk
Yeah.
about it forever. But we went to the 500 2011, and we didn't go until 2014.
Hmm.
And then after that, it was like a tradition to go to the race. So it's
You
kind of
lucky
weird.
dog, bro.
You know,
You lucky dog.
yeah, as soon as 2014, we went, had a great vacation, went to the race. We were late. We were late to like the beginning and everything. Cars were already on track. We got there, started raining. So it was like it was like just like this year, honestly. It was like the same scenario, but
Mhm.
it was a much better race. But
Yeah.
but yeah, it started raining. We went back. Mind you, Junior hasn't won since 2012 before that race. You don't expect him to win, but
Yeah.
on the last laps, I was like, bruh, like he was down. He had a great car. He named it Amelia. I remember. Die Hard Dale. But yeah, the green white checkered. Uh, I fainted. I'm gonna keep it 100. I fainted. Like I couldn't. I would try to stand up and run to the fence and cheer him on, but like I fainted and started crying, and then he won it, and I cried. My family came over, hugged me. Everybody in the backstretch cheering on. I was like, man, still to this day is the best night of my life.
That's awesome, man.
I don't think I could ever top that night. I think
That's
about it all the time.
that's what it's about. That's what it's about. And that's like, this sport does that to people, and it should.
Yeah.
And I I've only been to two races in my life, both times at New Hampshire, which I know is a little weak. But like I want to have that moment, and I want to have. So growing up, I was a diehard Jeff Gordon fan, so I know a
Uh-huh.
little, maybe got a little beef, a
You
little
know,
inner beef.
a lot about winning.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so growing up, I was a Jeff Gordon fan, and obviously watched Jeff. But now I think, and I'm getting off topic a little bit, but
Yeah.
like now I've learned to appreciate drivers for their style, who they are as
Yeah.
people, and I'm sure you're probably the same way. Like I don't have growing up, I had one driver like you, and it was Jeff Gordon. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think now, it's more of just I appreciate the sport and I appreciate who these
Yes.
people
Yeah.
are. And so yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just like you get older and kind of
Yeah.
thing.
I was about to say that. I was about to say, like, the older I get, the more favorite drivers I have. I don't really have a favorite, but like I have one, obviously Bubba, but I appreciate all the drivers and their
Yeah.
character. That's all it's about.
Yeah, I agree. I agree for sure. So let's talk yesterday.
Yeah.
What's today's Tuesday. I'm all messed up now, but so yeah, we're recording this on Tuesday. So yesterday was Bristol Dirt, and dude, I loved every minute of it. I loved the truck race. I loved the cup race.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're a Logano guy. I'm kind of a Logano guy. I get a little heat. Yeah, I get a little heat from it. He's from our area, so
Yeah,
I got to root for Joey.
Mhm.
So just give me your overall thoughts.
I love the race, honestly. I don't know. I loved it. It was so different and unique, and like,
It was.
you know, you could see the drivers wheeling it. People we didn't expect to be up front leading laps, like Suarez, Ricky Stenhouse in the top 5, Newman in the top 5. It was just a
Mhm.
great race, you know. Um, a lot of action. I
Yeah.
see a lot of people on Twitter, they didn't really like it. I'm like, why not? Like, this race was amazing. But the only thing I didn't like was that green white checkered. I don't know why Denny Hamlin did not give Logano the bumper.
That was that
So
was
why
ridiculous to me.
I don't like that. Just eliminated his whole chance at winning. I don't. Maybe he thought the high side would work, but I don't know. That finish would have been wild if you didn't do that.
Yeah, I mean, we all know the clip of Denny mocking Joey, like
Yeah,
extra
yeah.
racing.
They have history, so I was kind of confused why he raced him clean, but hey, respect for that, I guess.
Yeah, respect and even on top, like Denny's having a great season. I mean, he's up like
Yeah,
50 in the points. So,
yeah,
I didn't expect him to win. I didn't
yeah,
expect Joey to win, to be honest. Which was another, like you talked about, like the expectations of what we expected was so different, which again
yeah.
added to the greatness of the race. Um, but yeah, man, I agree. I agree with you. I think it was, everything we wanted and a little more.
Yeah.
I agree. Like the green white checker at the end was tough. I also think I know there's no way to do it, but I'll be honest, I didn't like the fact of like that there's no race off pit road.
Yeah, yeah.
So, it's like starting position yesterday like really did matter.
It did.
So I don't know. I didn't. I know why they do that. Now it's obviously a dirt race, which is much different.
Yeah,
Race off pit road, guys are sliding, bumping
yeah,
into
yeah.
each other. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I thought if maybe there's a way, especially when they changed to single file restarts too, it was hard for guys to actually get around other
Yeah,
guys
exactly.
in the end.
They had to use the bumper or something, but
Yeah,
I actually like that. I like when they were in single file. Brought me back to the old days. So
yeah, that
I was
too.
thinking that.
Yeah. But agreed, man. I loved every minute of it, and I'm glad they did it. I'm glad they're going to do it again. So, what would you say if you could grab one thing from yesterday? What shocked you the most?
um, hmm, what shocked me? Daniel Suarez.
You think it was
He never,
Suarez?
he's never been on dirt, and the man was out there leading laps. That surprised me. That he's a wheel man. That gave me a lot of respect for him even more. So that shocked me the most.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I had I don't know. I'm sure you know him of some sort, but I had a guy named Armani DePaul on.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I
yeah,
know.
good, really good dude.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. So, and he's actually coming back on when either if Trackhouse makes it or Trackhouse doesn't.
Yeah,
And I was on this show. I'll be honest, critical of
mhm,
Suarez, not because of the team,
yeah,
not because of the equipment, but because
yeah.
I didn't know if in Suarez in the right situation, which sponsors were lining up. I mean, they
Mhm.
had some good sponsors on that
They did. They had
team.
a lot.
Yeah. So obviously the money's back, but I'll be honest, I didn't believe in Suarez. I mean, we've seen him at Gibbs and he had, good runs, but to
Yeah,
make the playoffs in this league, you got to be a good racer. And yesterday, man, changed my mind. I'm rooting
exactly.
for him and I think he can be a racer in this league.
Yeah, that team has speed all year too, which is
Mm-hmm.
really surprising. So, like you said, he was on Joe Gibbs and Stormhouse, and he didn't really perform that well. Then he goes to the brand new team, and he's performing consistent.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I love this side of Suarez.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. And I wish him the best. And whatever happens, Armani will be back, and it'll either be if if he made it or didn't. So
Uh-huh.
let's move forward into the season. As it progresses, give me moving forward your hottest take of 2021.
My hottest take moving forward.
Yeah.
Um, my hottest take. Can I give multiple
Yeah.
takes?
Yeah. Give a couple. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, my hot take: Bubba's gonna get a win. I'm
Okay.
not. I'm maybe a short track or a restricted plate. One of
Mm-hmm.
those two.
Yep.
Uh, and the way that there's a lot of winners, 7 races, 7 winners, and a lot of big guys haven't won yet. I don't know who may not make the chase, but somebody big from last year is probably not going to make it.
Okay. All right.
That's
I
my
like both those.
that's my prediction.
Okay. All right. I like both those. I agree. I think Bubba had an amazing car at Daytona. I mean,
He
that thing was
did.
as Boyer said, that was a fast hot rod. He was really
Oh,
he was
man,
running there.
that hurts. That
Yeah.
hurts. He had that problem on the last pit stop.
Yeah. So he will have 3 more chances, and obviously a lot goes into that, but he'll have 3 legitimate chances. He came in, I believe, or he was leading Dega last year.
Yeah.
And I think he's had a second at Dega. So I think that will be, those
Uh-huh.
2 chances will be his best. But, and I agree, man. I also think that my more hot take is that Kyle Busch won't make the chase. And
See,
I
big.
haven't really said this yet, but
Mhm.
I think Kurt Busch is going to come on strong and be in the championship.
Okay, not a bad idea.
I,
Wow,
I yeah, go, yeah, go.
this the flip flop the Bush brothers.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree with you though. I agree with you because lately Kyle Busch has been, I don't know what's wrong with his team, but he's kind of been in a drought.
Yeah, I don't
So
know what it is. And look, I'm not the biggest Kyle Busch guy, but I respect who he is. I respect his
yeah.
dominance for years. But man, Kurt Busch has had a solid start to this season.
Hmm.
If he didn't get like the at Atlanta last week and get
Yeah.
taken out, he'd be right up in the top 10 in points. He's been
Hmm.
consistent. He's had a fast car, and something I've like really loved these past like few years is you've
Yeah.
seen the maturity in him.
A lot. A lot.
So I'm rooting for him, man, and that's my hot take. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, it may happen.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
agree. You never know. I mean, this season has been absolutely crazy. So anything can happen at this point.
Best season ever.
Yeah.
They were flying.
All right. So you talked about a little bit of your favorite drivers. I want to know, give me
Yeah,
like your top tier of like, all right, these are my A tiers that I'm gonna root for each week.
my A tiers. Bubba, Harvick, um, Mirage Chastain guy.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
he's been kind of quiet this year, but he'll get the ball rolling.
Yeah, I agree.
Uh, hmm, Blaney,
Hmm.
Logano. Um, yeah, that's about it.
It's a good squad.
Uh, I I root for those people every week in terms of the Cup Series. So
Hmm. Yeah.
yeah,
All right. I like
very
it. I like it. I would go for me. I'm Chase.
uh-huh.
I'm Joey. Man, I was an Anthony Alfredo guy just
Oh
because like
yeah,
he's a local guy for us,
yeah.
dude. Oh my god.
Yeah,
It,
he's good. He just needs good equipment. But
yeah. It's been tough to watch in these last couple of weeks, and but
yeah, yeah,
it's I don't know. It hurts me because I'm like, oh man, he's got the potential, but
yeah,
I don't know. And then Austin Dillon for me. I love Austin Dillon. I've
yeah.
said on this show for a while now that I think he is. I hope in this situation he can really have like a breakout season.
Mhm.
But man, I really like Austin, and I hope that
He's good too.
I hope he gets a couple wins.
I wouldn't be surprised. He's been running good.
Yeah, no, he's been consistent.
Yeah,
Obviously Tyler Reddick has not been, but
yeah,
Austin Dillon's been there each race.
Mm-hmm.
So
Out this year. Wouldn't be surprised at all.
I hope, man. I
Hmm.
hope. All right. Let's get another one. How about your dark horse championship pick?
My dark horse. Um, my dark horse. Who I'm going with? Kyle Larson isn't dark horse, right? Obviously not. He's too
I
good.
mean, if you had said that, like, but after week one, I
Yeah,
think people, I think people would have thought that, and then we've seen the last 3 weeks. He's a
yeah.
favorite as favorite comes.
That's not a dark horse. I'll probably say Alex Bowman.
Really?
Yeah,
All
dark
right,
horse.
expand. I want to hear. I want to hear the thoughts of why.
He's been he's not been the fastest Hendrick car, but he's still been up there. I don't know. I think it's only 7 races in. He'll get his break soon.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. I
It's
hear
not
you on that.
now, but it will happen in the summertime.
Okay.
Remember this combo.
I'll remember this combo. I'll have you back on.
And then he'll be fast. That's my prediction.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. If he heats up, you'll be back on this podcast. I mean, you'll definitely be back on this
I'll be
podcast. But
sure.
yeah, but if he heats up, you'll be back.
Yeah, so I'll be here.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, we're moving into the latter half here. So, before we end, I always play a game with my guest. And
Yeah.
I've got a nice, easy one for both of us. It's fun. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't always get to like share like I did with you, really share my, who I love and my thoughts on everything.
Mm-hmm.
But so this is gonna help me do that. So this is called This or That. And I'm going to show you, a series of maybe it's a track or sorry, 2 tracks. Maybe it's 2 drivers. You can tell me this or that, and you can tell me why. All right.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Let me get it up for us. All right. So. I should always do this before, but might as well waste some time, right? All right. Here we go. Can you see that?
Yes.
All right, hold on. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
All right. So this is This or That with Justin Champagne, a little NASCAR edition. So here we go. First one. Let's do it. This, Kyle Busch, or that, Kurt Busch? Kyle Busch?
Kyle Busch, yep.
All right. I hear you. Tell me why. Tell me why.
I think he has a better career. 2 championships. Yeah, he reached 200 wins all across NASCAR. He's one of the GOATs in our era.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. I'll second that. I'll go Kyle Busch. Even with the fact that I believe Kurt Busch is going to make a run for this championship, I'm going to go Kyle because he is there.
Mm-hmm.
He's been there the last 10 years, each week.
Yeah.
And like you said, man, he's dominant in every series, which is something, we just have to admire,
Yeah.
All right, let's move forward. Yeah. This, the Xfinity series, or that, the Truck series?
The Xfinity series every day, all day.
Really?
Easy. That was I love the Xfinity series. The horsepower they have, the racing. Ever since they regulated the Cup guys in the series, like when you see the Xfinity series drivers battle it out for the past 2-3 years, you don't get better racing than that.
All right, hear me out here.
Here.
Yeah, hear me out. So I'm gonna go Truck series, and I'll tell you why. For the last, I don't know, 6 years,
yeah,
I would say Xfinity series,
mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Some of these guys in the Xfinity series right now are rubbing me the wrong way.
Oh, I understand. I understand.
Man, like, I was listening to Door Bumper Clear on Obviously, you know that show.
Mhm.
And Mike Joy was on, and I forgot if it was, one of the guys, Freddie Kraft or whoever's on that, or Mike. And he said some of these guys in the Xfinity series already think they're first ballot Hall of Famers, which I second.
It's true though. That's kind of
It's,
funny.
it's true. It's true. So yeah, I mean, for that reason, I'm gonna go the truck series. I've really, and some of the people in the truck series, Haley Deegan, obviously, Matt Kraft and Ben Rhodes. I don't know. I like those guys better than the Gregsons,
Yeah.
the Justin Allgaiers, those kind of thing. But I'll tell you this, AJ, I'm
Yeah.
rooting for him big.
You room for him big? You think he
Yes,
can do it this year?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
It's been fast, so I
Yeah.
wouldn't doubt.
All right. So let's move forward. We got another one.
All right.
This, I mean, this should be easy. This, the Daytona 500, or that, the Food City Dirt Race.
I'm gonna have to go on a limb and pick the Great American Daytona 500.
Oh, dude, I'm shocked, man. I'm shocked. Yeah, all day. I mean, this is no debate. I figured, maybe, but no, no. So this or that, two bad boys, if you will, of NASCAR.
I'm gonna have to go with Logano.
Good. All right, good.
They're both really great drivers, but Logano's career at a young age too, he's had a hell of a career. So Daytona 500 win, championship, Dirt Bristol, he got everything.
The crazy thing that, I think people like you and I forget is that Joey Logano is 30 years old.
I was looking at that the other day and I was like, bro, he's young.
He's got 10 more years in the sport.
Yeah, easily.
So, I mean, when I look at that, and again, sometimes you just don't think about that. You're like, holy crap, this guy has 10 more years, and you're telling me he wins 3 races a year. So that's 30 more wins. Wow. So, I don't know. He gets a bad rap, and I hear he's one of the nicest guys off the track. Obviously, he's one of the most charitable guys off the track, which I'm sure you know. And yeah, for me, I think it's Joey all day.
Okay.
All right.
I like this.
You like it? Good. Yeah. This or that, Clint Boyer or Jeff Gordon?
Clearly Jeff Gordon.
Right.
I say he's second in all time behind Dale Earnhardt.
So
that may be another argument for another day, but
so you think he's the second best all time?
Yeah.
I like that.
Like that?
Yeah. Well, I think of my generation, I would say is the greatest. Obviously, I didn't really get to watch Earnhardt. I know highlights and all that stuff, but and even the early stages of Jeff's career. You're what, 22?
20, yeah.
You just turned 22.
Yeah, yep.
Happy birthday shout out, my man. So I'm 21, so I turned 22 actually pretty soon as well. So, but we didn't get to see the early days of Jeff's career.
Yeah.
But 4-time champion, third all time in wins, something like that.
3, I believe, right? 93, I think.
Yeah. So 3, and this is what I always say when people say, no, Johnson's the GOAT. The competition when Jeff Gordon was doing it was a lot more,
Yeah. And it was like the all year points. It wasn't no chase. You got to get out there every race and be consistent.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. So I told you, like I said, man, Jeff is one of my favorites. So if not my favorite. So Jeff,
he was around for a very long time too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jeff all day.
Good. All right. This or that, little throwbacks here. Pontiac or Dodge?
Let me look at that. I like the way the Dodge looks. Dodge, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You come back in the NASCAR too. So
Yes. Yes. Is that next year, right?
apparently that's what I'm hearing.
Okay. All right.
I hope it's true.
I hope it's true too. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. I also heard Honda's trying to get in too. Have you heard that?
Ooh, yeah. That would be awesome.
That'd be cool.
I hope that does happen.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'm actually a Honda Pilot driver.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, I got a Honda Pilot. So hey, if Honda comes in, I'll be like, I'm rooting Honda, baby. I'm gonna go Pontiac just because I don't know. I think the old what is that? The front panel there a little low. I think that was a cool look, you know?
Yeah.
So all right, let's see how many more we got here. I think we got a couple more. Oh yeah. This or that. Die casts.
Oh, we're talking about diecast. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So die casts. No.
All right.
Die casts versus trading cards.
I love diecast.
You got a collection?
I don't really have a collection, but I have like 3.
What do you got?
I have. Hold on.
Yeah, let me see.
So I bought these 2. I have Dale Jr. 2014 Daytona win, but that's in a case.
Yeah.
That's not here. So this is the first one I bought. There's the Bubba Wallace.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
I got this one, and I had to do it for Jimmy Johnson. So I bought his Darlington throwback last year.
Oh
so,
yes.
yeah. So these 2 are one of my favorite diecasts.
That's awesome, man.
I have to start collecting more, but
I agree. I've said that. I tweeted this, and I want to get into the here. Hold on, let's see if I can.
yeah, let me see some.
Yeah. All right. So I got the small one. I bought this. Oh, hold on. Can you see it? There it is.
Yeah, I see it. Yep.
So that's Joey's. I just bought it at New Hampshire last year. He didn't even run this car, which kind of ticked me off a little bit. He was running the AAA scheme he runs, the blue and red one. And then, man, this one, I got this before I started this show.
Uh-huh.
Hold on, let's see. Come on. How is it going to show me, but it's not going to show?
Oh, I see it.
It's the Jeff Gordon Classic, man.
Yes, bro.
Love it. I love it. I was up in Maine a couple months ago, and I'll tell you the story quickly. We passed a track, and I was just like, man, oh, that's awesome. Like, and then I saw an antique store like a minute down the road, and I was like, if I know, if I'm just guessing, that antique store sells some racing stuff. And I'm so glad I stopped to go in because I found that thing, and man, I love that thing.
How much was that?
That's a good question. I probably shouldn't make that public because my mom and my girlfriend would be like, "You really spent that much on a diecast car?" But I think it was like $60.
Oh, okay, not too bad.
No, not
not diecast. That's not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. So, what are we gonna do? Like you got to send it sometimes.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah. And all right, so that's all we got. So what'd you think
of that game? I could play that game all day.
Good, man. I'm glad.
I hope you do that with all your guests because that game was fun.
So I try to change it up because you should watch some of the episodes, man. I think you'd like them, even if you just watch the game parts. So sirens going in the background there, but anyway. So I try to make it, geared towards the guest. So obviously, you are, someone who talks about NASCAR. So, man, I like myself. So I try to make it, just something fun, but I've had a couple spotters on,
Okay.
Actually, I had Kyle Larson's spotter on a couple weeks ago. You'll like this. We played Where's Waldo.
Oh wow.
So it's kind of like, he gets to use his eyes, like what he's
Yeah,
doing.
yeah,
And
that was actually pretty smart.
yeah. So we did something like that. And what are some of the other things we've done? I don't know. Just it's I've had a couple pit crew guys on, and
Okay.
we do a game called Can You Pit It? And it's just I show them like a fictional character,
Yeah.
so like Forrest Gump, and they got to
Uh,
tell me if like he can be in the pits.
That's
So
all.
it's just stuff like that, man. Because people can ask you to go on these podcasts and ask you like the generic questions, but I
Yeah.
think like to get creative with the guests, like we got
Mhm.
to show that different side of them, and playing games like that, I
Yeah.
think is a good time.
Jeez. I
All
love
right,
it.
man. So like we said, I'm gonna see you at SRX.
Okay. All right. Stafford.
Yes, yes. Are you going to do you have tickets for the Wheel and Modified tour?
Not yet. No,
You should go.
I should go.
Have you ever been to a wheeling race?
I have. I went to New Hampshire when they were in New Hampshire after the Cup race, like 6 years ago. So that
Okay.
was a race.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's good race. And I definitely, dude, it's I think it's like 3 weeks, which I'm really excited for. So you gotta go to that as well.
Hey, I have nothing better to do, so I might as well. You
All
said it
right.
starts in 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think it's like the 25th. It's like the opening weekend for Stafford.
I'll get my tickets.
All right. Good.
I'll, I'll be
Huh?
I'll be there.
Good. Love to hear that. Love to hear that. All right. So this was Johnny on the track. We had Justin Champagne Racing on. Justin, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. That was a blast.
Good. Good. I'm glad. And we'll keep in touch, man. And can't wait to have you on again.
All right, appreciate it. Have a good one.
Yeah. Take care, man.
Thank you.